back to another episode of Artist Spotlight. This one is going to focus on a man who I feel has been part of our childhood, had a hand in making our childhoods, honestly. And it all started with a mouse. You may know this mouse. He's very iconic, you know. It's on my shirt. This man from the 1930s to now has had a hand in making people happy, movies, parks, name it. That man is Walt Disney. Again, from the age of 1 to 99 to 100 actually, we've all grown up with Disney at some point of our lives. Whether you grew up with him in the 30s, 40s era, 50s and 60s, to like the 90s like me, like 2000s, you know, even to now. Yeah, so I hope you sit back. We're gonna talk about some facts about Disney. He's a very interesting person to learn about. But yeah, sit back, relax, enjoy, and if you haven't, check out my first Artist Spotlight video that I did on official Michael V. If you kind of want to, yeah, but yeah, and subscribe to him as well. So please enjoy. Hi, loves. So before we get into the top 10 of my favorite Disney movies, we should just talk about some facts about Walt Disney. Maybe get to know who he is. You know, it's pretty interesting to learn about from the research I've been doing. So here we go. Walter Elias Disney was born on December 5th, 1901 in Hermosa, Chicago, Illinois. He was very artistic, known to, you know, draw, paint, different things. He dropped out of school when he was 16 and tried to join the Army for World War I, but they wouldn't accept him because he was too young. So he joined like the Red Cross and went overseas and different things, and he came back. But he also would spend time at the Art Institute of Chicago, taking classes there. So yeah, that's pretty. And Walt Disney's first character, a lot of people don't know this, is Oswald the Rabbit. But someone stole it. A friend of his, I guess someone he knew, stole it. So that's how he created Mickey. Yeah, Walt Disney created his most iconic character, Mickey Mouse, in 1928. Mickey Mouse is like 91 years old, or will be this year. He had this. First, Mickey was in two short silent films. They didn't take off, so they tried again. He released another called Steamboat Willie. You may have heard of it. It's really popular. It had sound and it like just took off, and obviously look at Mickey today. He's like so iconic and awesome, and yeah. And Walt also did the voice of Mickey in Steamboat Willie. Walt Disney currently holds the record for the most Academy Award wins. He has won 22 out of the 59, 22 Oscars out of the 59 nominations. He has 2 Golden Globe Special Achievement Awards, and he has an Emmy Award, among others. A lot of people don't know this. Walt Disney Studios was actually founded by him and his brother Roy Disney. So in December of 1937, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs premiered. The film became the most successful motion picture of 1938, and by May of 1939, its total gross of $6.5 million made it the most successful sound film made to that date. That's insane. Disney has made so many iconic movies, from like Cinderella, Dumbo, Bambi, Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, Mary Poppins, etc. Walt Disney has there's many theme parks. Disneyland that opened in 1955. Then there's Walt Disney World that opened in 1971. Then there's Disneyland Tokyo that opened in 1983, and Disneyland Paris in 1992. Um, Walt Disney's last success was Mary Poppins in 1964, and it became the most successful film of the 60s. At that time, Walt Disney was also working on Epcot. You may have seen it, it's the big ball for Walt Disney World. And unfortunately, in 1966, Walt Disney passed away due to lung cancer. He felt unwell, you know. Sad part is he died 10 days after his 65th birthday, and he's currently interned at Forest Lawn Memorial in Glendale, California. So yeah, those are facts about Walt Disney. So starting with my top 10 is Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland was released July 26, 1951. Alice in Wonderland was a movie I loved to watch growing up. I used to watch a lot at my grandmother's. It tells the tale of a girl named Alice. She's from England. She falls down a rabbit hole. She ends up in like this enters like a magical world where she meets like odd characters such as the Cheshire Cat, Mad Hatter, the Queen of Hearts, etc. She must be on the Queen of Hearts' good side. Otherwise it's off with her head. No joke, one of the most iconic lines that I still remember to this day is where the rabbit is saying, I'm late for a very important date. Like, that's, you know, but yeah, this movie is starts off the top 10. Coming in at number 9 is WALL-E. WALL-E was released June 27th of 2008. That's insane to think about. I remember seeing WALL-E in theaters with my grandmother and my sister. It's just so cute and adorable. Like, honestly, WALL-E reminds me of a robotic version of E.T. He's just so cute. It's become one of my favorites. I just watched it not too long, recently, and I was like, oh, you know. But so the story of WALL-E, he spends his time, he cleans up the planet, cleans the Earth, one piece at a time. But 700 years later, he develops a personality, and he feels like a little lonely, you know, because he's the only thing there. Until he finds Eve, a probe that was sent to Earth to scan for different things, like, you know, life. WALL-E becomes smitten with Eve, and you know the rest. He ends up following her across the galaxy. It's just an adorable movie. So yeah, he's number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Cinderella. Cinderella was released on March 4th, 1950. I love Cinderella. Like, we all know the story of Cinderella. She lives with her stepmother and horrible stepsisters. They treat her badly. You know, they make her clean the house, do her laundry, which I'm pretty sure they're too lazy to do anything. But as I watch it more now, the prince has a ball. Cinderella goes via her fairy godmother. But she has to be back by midnight, otherwise the spell will break. She loses her slipper, and you know, the rest is history. But Cinderella was another movie I watched a lot as a kid. Again, some of these movies I didn't realize how old they were, but I like the classic ones because they're, you know, good. And yeah, Cinderella was one of them. But it's just such a good movie, you know. So yeah, that one's coming in. Coming in at number 7 is The Lion King. The Lion King is such a great movie. It has such a really great story. It follows the adventures of Simba from young to adult. By the way, The Lion King was also released June 24th, 1994. So you're older than I am. From young to adult. He's the heir of his father, Mufasa. Scar, his uncle, plots to take over, you know, the throne by luring both Mufasa and Simba, you know the scene, into a stampede of wildebeest. Unfortunately, Mufasa is killed. That's the saddest scene, one of the saddest. It's hard to watch, but Simba escapes, and he meets friends like Timon and Pumbaa, and he comes back as an adult to take back his homeland, and it's just such a good movie all around. If you don't like Lion King, we can't be friends, I'm sorry. Just kidding, JK. But yeah, it's such a good movie. that again, it's number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Beauty and the Beast, which is ironic playing. That movie was released on November 22nd of 1991. This movie has become one of my favorites. I just love the message of it. Like, the Beast, he has to find someone to love. Love, you know, for who he is. Someone that loves him for who he is. I feel like it's about inner beauty. Like, accepting, like it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It's more about what's on the inside. And the Beast, I think, had to learn that lesson. He learns throughout the movie because Belle teaches him different things. It's also shows that how society is quick to judge. Like, Gaston was so intent that the Beast was like terrible and was gonna kill people, and that wasn't true. But honestly, it's just a beautiful movie. But yeah, coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Toy Story. It was released November 22nd of 1995. It's as old as me. I was 6 months old. It is one of my favorites. No, again, I was 6 months old when this movie came out, so I didn't see it till I was a little bit older. But I love it. It tells the story from the point of view of toys. I actually went to Disney last month, and you know, they just opened a new Toy Story ride, Toy Story Land, and it was incredible. It made me actually feel like I was in Andy's toy box. That's how incredible it was. Yeah, it was just awesome. I love the message of friendship. In it as well, like Woody and Buzz don't see eye to eye at first, but in the end they end up having to work together and became great friends. So, I mean, it's a good movie. Coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Lilo and Stitch. That was released June 16th of 2002. I love Lilo and Stitch. I love the message that this movie has. Basically, it's about family. Honestly, Stitch is too adorable. He's actually one of my favorite characters. The story tells about a girl named Lilo. She's lonely, you know, she has stuff going on. Her family's a little bit broken. But she meets Stitch. She adopts him, but doesn't realize that Stitch is actually a genetic experiment who has escaped from his planet to Earth. But Lilo helps him throughout the movie. Like he unlocks his heart and he finds out what family is. Like, teaches him how to care for someone, and he experiences what Ohana is really like. But yeah, it's such a good movie. It's cute and it's really funny. But yeah, coming in at number 3 is Peter Pan. That was released February 5th of 1953. Again, I love a lot of the old Disney classic films, and Peter Pan is one of them. It's such a great movie to watch when you're tired or feeling drained. Honestly, who doesn't want to escape to Neverland for a while? Honestly. The message of Peter Pan, I feel, is to enjoy being young. Like, don't be in a hurry to grow up so fast, because, you know, you miss stuff. I just love the story and the characters. Tinkerbell is definitely one of my favorite characters. She's honestly such a mood. Like, she's always there for Peter, and throughout, like, thick and thin, she's always there. But yeah, this movie is such amazing. It's such a classic. So yeah, it's coming in at number 3. Okay. Coming in at number 2 is Bambi. That was released August 21st of 1942. Bambi is another classic Disney film that I've always loved. I used to watch Bambi a lot as a kid at my grandmother's. This movie has a great message as well. Like, it shows Bambi growing up, like, throughout the different stages of the movie, and he learns that there's tragedy as well as, like, beauty and love, and he meets some amazing friends. I love his friend Thumper. He's just so cute and funny. Bambi losing his mom is definitely one of the saddest scenes. It's tough to watch, but it shows how life kind of is. But, you know, overall, it's such a good movie. And again, as a kid, I didn't realize how old it was. But again, I love it. So, yeah, coming in at number 2. Also coming in at number 2 is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. That came out March 11th, 1977. This is the only entry tied. I had to add it because Winnie the Pooh was actually part of my childhood. Like, I had all the videos. This movie was the first that I saw, and it's honestly such a great movie. It's funny, adorable. You know, shows him with his friends. It takes you on an adventure to the 100-acre woods. No joke. I think I had everything Winnie the Pooh related. Even my nursery had like Winnie the Pooh stuff in it. I had like shirts, you know, videos, name it. I recently saw Christopher Robin that came out last year, and it made me relive my childhood, and it made me happy while watching it. It was really nice. So yeah, this was also coming in at number 2. Coming in at number 1 is The Little Mermaid. This movie is my all-time favorite Disney movie, and I can't count how many times I've watched this movie, but I know it by heart mostly. I've seen this movie so many different times. I can still recount like different scenes. I used to watch it all the time when I went to my grandmother's house, and I just love the story, and I also love the music as well. I also like Under the Sea is one of my favorites, one of my favorite Disney songs. But and Ariel's my favorite Disney princess. Those of you probably guessed. But and Ursula's like my favorite Disney villain. But again, I love the message of it, because you know Ariel, she's rebellious, she's 16, but she wants to explore. I think that's what life is about. You know, you want to explore things. Like I remember like fast forwarding through the part where her father like destroys her collection. I didn't like it, but I like it. I mean, it's a good movie. So yeah, this was coming in at number 1. In conclusion, in doing my research on Walt Disney, I found that he's a really interesting person to learn about. Like learning about his first character, learning more, you know. But yeah, he's just he just sounded like a really awesome person. And fun fact, Disneyland was originally, I guess they thought they were going to build it near the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California, but it was too small. So that's why it's in Anaheim, California. That's a fun fact. But yeah, so this was my video on Walt Disney. This concludes my video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, you know. Also, if you have a top 10 favorite Disney movies, list them in the comment section below. What are your top 10? And don't forget to check out my first Artist Spotlight video that I did for official Michael V. But yeah, this was another episode of Artist Spotlight. But yeah, see you guys later. Also, make sure you subscribe to official Michael V's channel. Just saying. Just had to add that in there. Bye!